Now let's talk about the pandemic. India's numbers are going from bad to worse. Daily new cases have crossed the 180,000 mark. There's talk of new vaccines being introduced, and there's a lot of confusion. How many will be approved for use? How many doses are we manufacturing? What is next in India's vaccination drive? In the next couple of minutes, we'll try to answer some of these doubts. In India, 4 vaccines could see rapid approval. Johnson & Johnson, Zydus Cadila, Serum Institute's Novavax, and a nasal vaccine developed by Bharat Biotech. Some foreign vaccines are also lined up, the likes of Pfizer and Moderna. But when will they reach India? We still don't know that. Most of these companies, remember, have signed commercial contracts elsewhere. They have prior commitments. They must supply jabs to the United States and European Union first. So we are still months away from a rollout in India. Here's the other question. Is India ready to roll out Pfizer and Moderna? They're both mRNA vaccines, which means they're stored in sub-zero temperatures, -90 to -60 degrees for Pfizer. But most facilities in India have a capacity between 2 to 8 degrees Celsius. This is enough for Covishield, Covaxin and Sputnik, but not enough for Moderna and Pfizer. So we do not have the storage facilities. So more vaccine approvals does not mean more doses. Take Sputnik, for example. First, we were told India has the capacity to produce 850 million doses. Now that number has been revised. Russian officials are looking at just 50 million doses by the end of summer. The numbers are again not adding up. And this is not a problem just in India. Globally, the vaccine arithmetic is all over the place. Here's a quick look at some of the important figures. 14 vaccines, 1-4, have been approved around the world. Their projected output is 21 billion doses. Out of this, 11.2 billion have already been purchased, mostly by the global north. Just 3.56 billion doses are available for the COVAX initiative. That's the Global Vaccine Alliance, COVAX. Now, the cost of these vaccines is also all over the place. It ranges from $2 to $44. The data reveals stark vaccine inequity. More than half the doses have been bought by around 20% of the population. Doctors say you need just 2 shots for one individual. But some countries have bought enough doses for 3 to 4 shots for each citizen. Why have they done this? No reason. They have the money, so they did it. As a result, vaccine makers are now swamped with orders. Their backlogs could run into months, possibly years. And this is what the global vaccine ledger looks like right now. AstraZeneca is top dog. More than 3 billion doses have been ordered so far. 3 billion. Second on the list is Novavax, with just over 1.4 billion orders. Then come Pfizer, Moderna, Sputnik and Johnson & Johnson. But Johnson & Johnson has hit a roadblock. Its vaccine is causing serious blood clots, so the US and European Union have paused the rollout, which means more pressure on the remaining jabs. So we could be looking at a summer of shortages. Even here in India, the pharmacy of the world, neither the Serum Institute nor Bharat Biotech is producing at full capacity. Why? Because they do not think it profitable enough. The government was first buying Covishield at $2.8. Now that price tag has been driven down to $2. So the producers do not want to invest. They feel that they've been dealt a bad hand. Pharma companies want the government to infuse more funds. But there's no clarity on whether the request will be granted. So is it all bad news on the vaccine front? Not really. If any country can beat the shortage, it is India. Every year, India produces 8.3 billion doses of vaccines. These are for different diseases, not just the Wuhan virus. But if the need arises, this capacity can be tweaked. But there's a trade-off. More Wuhan virus vaccines means lesser polio vaccines, lesser measles vaccines. It's a trade-off that could hurt the country in the long run. So the most prudent option appears to be government help. Public funds must be pumped into vaccine production. And here time is of the essence. Take a look at the global vaccine rollout. India has given more than 100 million shots to its people. The US, 192 million so far. But remember, India started almost a month late. So in absolute numbers, this is very impressive. But in a population of 1.3 billion, it's like a drop in the ocean. So here are the big takeaways. The world simply doesn't have enough vaccines, enough doses. The ones available have been scooped up by the rich states. Vaccine makers are booking profits, but they're dealing with huge backlogs. And hysteria over side effects is trimming our already small basket of options. So I'll leave you with this piece of advice. Wear a mask, keep social distancing, and remember, the best vaccine is the one you get first. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.